Ahoy, mateys, etc. I think that's how you say it. Well, anyways, here we are with another Unbox and Compare, and today we're going to look at some plastic Platoon, sort of the next tier of the plastic soldier realm. So then we're also going to look at some Airfix Africa Corps and some British paratroopers, and also some German Fallschirmjäger. So you may be wondering why I have these wonderful soldiers assembled here. It's because they're all going to be eagerly awaiting the arrival of our new plastic comrades. And then we're gonna just have some fun with it. All right, so let's get right into it. The arena is set, and the camera is pointingly. We got the lights set up, and we have our greeter from the Fallschirmjäger Army, LWSO3, so Luftwaffe guys. So he's going to be eagerly awaiting the arrival. And then here we have some amazing plastic toy soldiers from BMC, just as a sort of comparison of like a standard plastic toy soldiers to like a premium plastic toy soldier. Just because I always like to take a look and see what is possible out there. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's cut this bad boy open here. Originally, I was thinking of saying like Chuck Norris jokes in all the various different languages of the viewers of my channel. But I decided against that because I didn't want to butcher anybody's accent and or language. I think as funny as that would have been, might not have been appropriate. Okay, so here we go. So these are very hard to get in the United States. Sort of, right? I mean, most of the listings that I saw were from Armenia and other parts of Eastern Europe, and not a lot in the United States. I found this particular seller was from the United States, and so I chose them just because of shipping, etc. So first thing I'm noticing is they're kind of rubbery, which I guess I have seen demonstrated in other places. But I mean, look at these guys; they look pretty awesome. Look at those faces. You can look at individual parts of their face. I mean, this looks phenomenal, honestly. Like, I am surprised. I thought there'd be a lot more like kind of misshapen type stuff. Look at this guy going ham with his machete. He's all angry. He's like, cha, bushwhacking through Normandy. He's got his grease gun at the side here. He's got his entrenching tool. Wow, the detail is incredible. He's got his little trench knife / brass knuckles. Can I bring this closer? Hello, Mr. Camera. Anyways, yeah, this is incredible detail. I mean, from the detail perspective, I think this is already holy crap. Yeah. Ach du lieber, as the Germans say. Oh no, what is this? What's he holding there? Let's see. Can we take a look? Oh, it's a chaplain. He's holding a Bible, and I don't know what these colors are called, the ribbon, but it looks like he's administering last rites potentially to this young man right there. Here we have a soldier, a paratrooper with an M1, looking all very manly, firing that weapon. Now, how do you fix this? How do you fix, like, you know, with metal you can bend it back, with plastic you can kind of heat it up a little bit maybe, but this is rubber. Like, what do I do with this? How do I get this? Maybe it'll just snap back into shape by itself, just because maybe because it was in the box. Yeah, these are incredible looking. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I had seen some videos with these guys, but wow. My man here sporting the blue steel. No, is that not? No, maybe this is blue steel. No. Let's see. This guy's got the blue steel. Facial expression. Zoolander style. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little dumbfounded by the detail of everything here. The gear, the cloth, the equipment, the weapons, the facial expressions. It's incredibly well proportioned. It's incredibly detailed. I mean, wow, look at the mesh here on the helmet, the camo netting. Wow. Well, let's compare. Let's start with early King and Country, right? So we do have some details here, but I mean, this does not compare, right? Like, I think the proportions are still great. Plus, just by virtue of these being painted, it just adds so much to the model, right? Just because it's painted. But as far as detail, we got to go with plastic Platoon here. These guys are incredibly detailed. This guy's doing a blowfish face here. This guy's like, whoo. Yeah, okay. So moving up a little bit higher. So this is DD 020. Not much better detail-wise. Very chonky hands, and the cloth in the uniform is still pretty decent. It's a good amount of detail, but it does not compare to this. Let's keep going up down the line here. This is DD 034. In such a short amount of time, this is already such an improvement, right? With the detail. And just a few models later, we're already getting this much better detail. The camo netting is a lot more defined here. We have stuff in the helmet. Yeah, looking pretty sweet. Comparing the backpacks, for example, very similar. Very similar backpacks. And then we have I know there's lots more of these poses, and I don't know if they come shipped in like 5 packs or 6 packs or 12 packs or whatever they come packaged as. This is just one of the. I felt that this was enough of a sample for me to compare. They're also very pricey. These are very expensive. They're even in some cases more expensive than King Country. So this is DD 36. So pretty decent detail, right? Pretty decent detail here. This is part of the same. And then moving up to 37, DD 37, decent amount of detail. Again, the crispness of these lines is just, this is 38. Let's move up to 74. So 74, we're seeing a lot more detail with the cloth here, with the equipment, the rope, the weapon. The weapons are really good. The cigarette there. Yeah, helmet is very similar in quality as far as I can tell. Very similar with the netting there. The bandoliers and all this other stuff right there. Moving on up to some of the latest models here. This is DD 285. And pretty comparable. I would say this is a fair comparison right here. And I think the paint obviously adds another layer to this whole thing. But I gotta give the edge to Plastic Platoon with the details. This really outstanding amount of detail. Let's look at another couple guys here. They're almost too perfect. You know what I mean? Like they're almost like the perfect humans, like they're made in a lab. It's like these Adonis style soldiers. One thing I don't like is that they all kind of look the same, right? The one thing I like about the King Country guys is they all kind of have a little bit of personality with how they look. These guys are like almost too perfect, if that's a thing. Looking at, this is 285, no, 288. I mean, but the comparable, but again, the detail, it has to go to Plastic Platoon. I think it's just a little bit more realism. I think this is a little bit more, still kind of verging on cartoony, but these guys are just, holy moly. That's awesome. Let's look at, I wanted to unbox some Africa Corps guys. And if you actually notice, I have some Africa Corps King Country guys right there. Never ever opened an Africa Corps Airfix. The only Airfix soldiers that I have unboxed are the the US paratroopers. Okay, let's take a look here. What we got? Okay, they're brown. That sort of makes sense, right? That sort of makes sense. It's a nice sandy color. Okay, let's pop these open. Ah, so satisfying. Look at that. Still got the little pieces there. Okay, let's look at this guy. Standard Africa core setup here. Detail is decent, you know. But again, we're stuck with these little 2D poses here. But these guys are nice. I like these guys. Airfix. Again, Airfix is a great company that makes great products. This isn't a video meant to denigrate the company or to point out how poor they are in comparison by any means at all. I think if I was a kid and I grew up with these, I would absolutely love playing with these. So here we have the same grenade guy firing off that MP40. I'm sure that's not the sound it made. And we have a marksman with his Mauser. Yeah, so they're all a pretty good variety of weapons, honestly. Oh, and here we have some ammo boxes. Just waiting to be pulled off the sprue here. And so we have a guy charging. This is a pretty dynamic pose. I like these a lot more than the American paratroopers. Let me get those. All right, so pulling these back from the previous unbox and compare that I did. The American paratroopers, I think they look great still. I mean, honestly, like looking at them again, they do look pretty good. I just don't like how flimsy the weapons are. The poses are very one-dimensional, very, very simple, which is fine. You know, when you're a kid and you're playing with these or even painting them, I think that's fine. Same with the infantry guys. It's kind of unusual how shiny they are. I wonder if that affects how easy they are to paint and prime and all that stuff. These just feel sturdier. The Africa Corps guys just feel sturdier. Let's look at some King Country Africa Corps guys. Again, not really a fair comparison, right? But here's like a couple of guys firing the MP40s. These are 132 scale. These are 130 scale. Detail is similar-ish, but you know, this is much more detailed as far as Africa Corps guys go. And we don't need to beat a dead horse here. Like, I think this is pretty obvious to everyone. They're in a completely different class, right? One is a cheap plastic toy soldier. The other one is, I just wanted to look at them side by side, just because these plastic Platoon guys were just phenomenal. They're just amazing. Plus, you know, they're so durable, right? I mean, I don't know how that's affected once they're painted. Once they're painted, right? They're a little bit more. You got to be careful not to bend them so much. Let's get these guys out of the way. We'll put a couple guys out here. And, you know, here are some of these Africa Corps, King Country guys. I really like these guys. I don't know what it is about the German Africa Corps, but I really like them. Really like the models. This guy's like, well, let me see here. How do you say you're arrested in Italian? First, we're going to look at some British paratroopers. Let's add it to the pile here. I love British soldiers, British toy soldiers just in general. It's like the quintessential child toy. Yeah, look at this. This is classic, isn't it? Isn't this just classic? This is like based on those classic, like, yeah, this is like those guys, man. This, like, everybody knows about these dudes. Like the guy chucking the grenade and the guy with the Bren gun. So shiny. And this is my absolute favorite pose. I don't know why, but this to me is the most quintessential British toy soldier that has ever been made. This guy. These are incredible. I really like these. I really like these. These are awesome. Look at that. It's got the bayonet on there, and like they're in pretty good shape. These are less flimsy than the British American paratroopers. These are so cool. Oh man, I love these. I'm so glad I got these guys. These are so cool. Yeah, so this is, so I've been actually looking for like this, and I never knew that. So did Airfix come out with these poses? Were they the first ones to do this? To do these poses? Because there's so many knockoffs of these poses that you can buy on Amazon, on eBay, anywhere. And these are all very classic, like the sniper, the commando sniper, or I don't like the beret. I don't know if that has significance as far as like what unit he belongs to, but these are so cool. Yeah, and the radio guy, like these are, so these, I have seen these knocked off more times than I can count. And so does anybody know where these guys, is this all of them? Was Airfix the first one to create these poses, and did everybody else rip them off? That's what I want to know. Yeah, these are cool. Yeah, these are a lot more sturdy. I wonder why. I wonder why these are a lot more sturdy. I would love to see these painted up. I would love that. Mr. Viola, get on that, please. All right. I would like to see these painted, or maybe you've already done that. I'll go check out your channel, and I'll take a look and see. But I might even give that a crack. I might even paint those. Oh, and I wanted to show these guys. These are from Thomas Gunn. I unboxed these a few unboxings ago, and I really like these. And it'd be interesting to compare some of the later Thomas Gunn stuff to some of the new stuff that they're coming out with. They just recently released a new line of SS guys, and I really wanted to. Oh yeah, let's look at some British paratroopers, right, from King and Country. So again, I like the Airfix British paratroopers so much that I don't want to get too deep into making a comparison. Again, different class of soldiers, right? These are very expensive metal soldiers. Detail is fantastic. I love the British models of every single toy line. They're probably one of my favorites. I just love that. I don't know what it is. Maybe secretly I want to be a British man, but yeah, I just love that. And the paratroopers especially, I think maybe because they remind me of that movie A Bridge Too Far, which I binge watched when I was a kid. It was like the quintessential war movie when you were, when I was growing up. I mean, it was before my time, but when I watched it the first time, it just knocked my socks off. All right, let's look at real quick at, we have some Fallschirm. Pull this box out. Okay, and this is what they look like when they're painted. Oh, by the way, so this is what they look like when these guys are painted. Yeah, I imagine this is not an easy pattern to paint. That's gotta be a tough one. Same with these camouflage patterns. All right, here we go. Let's pop these open. New bag. Oh, they're blue. Oh, maybe that's a good color for them, right? Ah, here the classic, the deal with the submachine gun at the hip. Oh, these guys. Why is this guy so tiny? What is going on here? Oh, I don't remember Hitler Youth being in the Fallschirmjäger. Wow, this guy's like, what the heck is happening? I mean, I know his legs are bent a little bit, but is like with that, like this dude's legs are bent. Maybe not quite to that degree, but like this guy's like almost a full head taller than this guy. What the heck is going on with that? All right, let's compare him to some of his other buddies. This guy's got just like missed rifle training. He's like, so is this how you use it? Yeah. Looks like this is the early version of air hockey, street hockey rather. Yeah, this guy's also taller, much taller. His head is even bigger. This looks like an FG-42. Okay, so here's the Fallschirmjäger guys. Some of these are pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. You know what actually throws me off is the fact that they're such a rich blue color. Like in my mind, like all plastic army men / toy soldiers should be like kind of like a light green OD kind of a color. Here's we have the radio operator. Nice. Oh, this guy's similar to, let's see, British Commander Man. British. I like to imagine his name is Reginald. Yeah, he's like, hello, hi. He's always pointing. And let me tell you another thing. I don't know why that's my go-to line. but that's just what it is. This guy is like, "Excuse me, Commandant, what do you want on your pizza?" "I told you, Hans, I want the Leberwurst." And this guy is wounded. Leberwurst pizza. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, the scoops. Man down. Ugh. His parachute didn't deploy. What a bummer. He's still okay. He's still charging. Like, shouldn't he have his bayonet on if he's going to do that? Or if it's just... here we go. This guy. This guy's doing it right. "Look at me, Carl. You go like this. You put the bayonet on and you charge." And that's how that went. "Wait for me, guys. I want to go. I want to fight the enemy." Definitely insulted a lot of people with my terrible accents here, but I think we're about to draw to a close here. Is this guy flying, or is it just like... Okay, he's getting ready to chuck a grenade. Is this like a... What is it? Wait a minute. This looks like a grease gun or a Sten gun, or what is he holding here? What is this? It's not a German weapon, is it? It doesn't look like it. This is the Mauser rifle. We have the... No, this guy's got it too. This guy's got one too. I thought this was an MP40, but it's not. It's, I don't know what that is. Could it be? I guess they used probably, when they were like running low on stuff, they were using whatever they could get their hands on. This almost looks like a Tommy, but it's not. Well, let's look at some King Country paratroopers. Again, I understand this is a different class of soldiers, so before you go bonkers in the comments, I understand that these are expensive metal soldiers. I understand that these are cheap plastic soldiers, but I like to compare and see what each Toyland is doing, right? Like, I want to see what piece of gear they're highlighting, what the poses are. It's always very interesting for me to see that. This is just a German paratrooper here with the little hat. It's very cool. And this man here was wounded in action at the filming of the U.S. paratroopers take the MG nest. As I was stepping over, I stepped on him and I crushed his bipod. So I somewhat bent it back into place, and I'm afraid to continue manipulating it because I think it's gonna just snap off, fall off. Yeah, but so yeah, these are my Fallschirmjäger in metal. So this is like an older one. So you can see the facial details. They're not bad. It's just like, it looks like the paint just wasn't done very well on these. And we have something somewhat similar. Now it's interesting that if these are like Allied weapons, how come King Country didn't portray any of their German paratroopers with Allied weapons? See, this is the kind of thing that I'm always curious about. And when I open these up, this is one of the things I look for. The choices that were made. See, this is, again, unless this is like a para, this might actually be like a para version of an MP40, right? Now that I'm kind of looking at this one here, this kind of looks like a paratrooper version of, because it's got like the stock. Yeah, that's maybe what that is. Is that the same thing? Yeah, I guess maybe it is an MP40. Okay, well, I'm stupid. I have made a mistake. I apologize. I think it looks like an MP40. Who wants cheese on their pizza? I do. Look at this guy. I love this guy. He's like, halt. This other guy's like, wo sind deine Papiere? He has no Papiere. Yeah, and then I really love this guy here. Remember, his gun was loose at the last unboxing. I fixed that right up. So here we go, guys. Unbox some of the best plastic toy soldiers, in my opinion, that money can buy. And not the least of which are these fantastic models here, which look unbelievably realistic. My hat's off to the people. I don't know anything about the people that make this particular toy line of soldiers, but they are magnificent. While I was shopping for these, I saw some other ones from different armies, and they are just unbelievable. They're all like the same quality. I don't know how they do this. I don't know what sculpt magic they're performing there, but this is incredible. This really is just incredible what they're doing with these. Okay, well, there you have it. Nice comparison. We opened up some British paratroopers, some German paratroopers. We also opened up some German Africa Corps, and we compared them. We looked at some of these plastic Platoon paratroopers, which are amazing. If I wasn't so heavily invested in King and Country, I probably would have maybe even started collecting these guys. But that means I have to paint them, and I don't know. I don't have the time for that. I like for people to do the dirty work for me. Love the weight of metal soldiers. Well, thanks for joining me for this video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.